Now Network for All, in short, CNN for All.
And Bethel House of Refuge, Muhammad, Illinois, USA presents this week's breaking news in wellness and in health for all people and all professionals. Hi, I'm the Pete of Dr. Z and Pete, presently the CEO of Bethel House of Refuge in Muhammad, Illinois. Formerly, I was the executive director of a prison ministry in Central Illinois. And previous to that, I was the president and owner-operator of a commercial construction business that operated in East Central Illinois as well. This fellow right here that you see is my distinguished co-host, my good friend, Dr. Alex Rema Zachariah, MD. Doc is also a medical professor and the CEO of CNN for All. Recently, Doc was the chief medical officer, the medical director of Provena, now Present United Samaritan Medical Center in Danville, Illinois, in all of 2008 and part of 2009. Prior to that, he was one of the dean of one of the top 12 medical schools out of 300 plus medical schools in India, Christian Medical College, Ludhiana, India. Doc, with his wife Prema, also a retired physician and a professor, spent 43 years at the Christian Medical Center in Ludhiana, first as medical students, then as faculty until they retired in 2000. They now reside in Urbana, where they've been since 2005. Doc, with your big-time, outstanding resume and all of your experience, I'm privileged to co-host with you this week's Breaking News in Wellness and Health, and I need for you to explain to the folks what we're all about here.
Please note, this is not medical advice. This is for your information only. Do not change your treatment based on this info. You may mention this to your doctor, and you may even ask your doctor to watch this program. Mm-hmm.
That would be great, wouldn't it? Ask him to watch and see what we're all about. We encourage you to speak to your physician about breaking news. If you'd like to communicate with us, you can by email, breakingnews@cnn4all.com, or you can write to us. Where at, Doc?
Yes, Breaking News, CNN for All, P.O. Box 17494, Urbana 61803, USA.
Well, Doc, we're back with breaking news, and I mean it's breaking and breaking fast. How does pregnancy reduce breast cancer risk? Being pregnant while young is known to protect a woman against breast cancer, but why? Early pregnancy is protective against breast cancer in humans and in rodents. In humans, having a child before the age of 20 decreases the risk of breast cancer by half. Mm-hmm. My goodness.
Research from Basel, Switzerland was published in Biomed Central's Open Access Journal, Breast Cancer Research, published 2013. Researchers discovered in mice that genes involved in the immune system and differentiation were upregulated after pregnancy, while the activity of the genes coding for growth factors like multiplication in cancer was reduced.
My goodness, you know, this culture is experiencing more and more breast cancer, and they're encouraging women to be married in their late 20s, as opposed to this says, when you have a child before the age of 19 or by 19, your breast cancer chances reduced by 50%. Ooh,
and
different message there.
Remember, breastfeeding
absolutely
reduces
the
chances of breast cancer.
Yeah, and sometimes that's not what women want, but that's really what was intended from the beginning. All right, well, that's good news. Breaking news in wellness and health. We're back again. Conversion from bad fat to good fat. Scientists from ETH Zurich have shown for the first time that brown and white fat cells in a living organism can be converted from one cell type to the other. That's interesting. Their work using mice as a model organism provides important new insights into the origin of brown fat cells, which is a prerequisite for the development of successful anti-obesity therapies. Doc, what do you know about brown and white fat cells?
Yeah, this brown fat is the one that the children have. And so they have much more brown fat. And as we grow up, The brown fat decreases and the white fat.
So the brown fat is good fat?
Oh yes, it's good one. It burns up and it
All right.
yeah.
So now we know. Our medical guy tells us it's better to have brown fat than white fat. All right.
Scientists from this Zurich published this in Nature Cell Biology 2013. Two types of fat cells can be found in mammals and rodents, and hence in humans, white fat cells function mainly as highly flexible energy stores which are filled in times of calorie abundance. The fat is stored in the form of lipid droplets which are mobilized when energy is needed. Diametrically opposed in function are the so-called brown fat or adipocytes. These cells specialize in burning energy in the form of fat and sugar to produce heat. Newborn babies possess substantial amount of brown fat and utilize to maintain body temperature.
Well, my daughter told me my grandson, who's 2 today, she got him a big bowl of oatmeal, and he wanted more. I need a pretzel or peanut butter and jelly or something more. So those little brown ones that are burning up,
Yes.
they're replenishing quick.
They are.
And some of us have too many lipids, right, Doc?
Yes, and that helps you.
You bet. Well, it is known that both humans and mice can adapt to cold temperatures by forming brown fat cells within their white fat depots.
Yes.
These cells are called bright, B-R-I-T-E fat cells, brown in white. To develop new treatment strategies for obesity, we need to find ways to convert white into brown fat cells. Mm-hmm. Well, let's go, huh?
That is around the corner, and before long we would have specific ways of encouraging more brown fat.
You bet. Too much white fat, huh?
That's it.
Couch taters got white fat. Okay, moving from fat to drugs. Drug patch treatment sees new breakthrough. Researchers from the Virginia Tech Wake Forest School of Biomedical Engineering has developed a flexible micron needle patch that allows drugs to be delivered directly and fully through the skin. The new patch can quicken drug delivery time while cutting waste and can likely minimize side effects in some cases. Notable in vaccinations and cancer therapy.
Catherine Moga and team published in Advanced Materials September 2013 their discovery, microneedle patch. Technology used on the skin has existed for several years. Tiny microneedles that deliver the drugs. Each patch containing an array of hundreds of micron-sized needles that pierce the skin and dissolve and delivering embedded therapeutics in that patch.
Right.
However, because they are rigid chemical makeup, the patches prove difficult in fully piercing into the skin, creating a waste of drug materials and slower delivery time.
Okay, so that was a problem.
Yes.
But the team was able to develop a new flexible microneedle patch that forms to the skin directly. Think a regular household bandage, like a Band-Aid or a big bandage, and then that it fully pierces the skin and then dissolves. These flexible patches are more malleable and water-soluble material, also allows for more precise control over the shape, the size, and the composition of the patch with little to no waste. That's good news. We don't want to be wasting anything,
And
right?
this is good news. And down the road, we would have them. Children, adults, the bitter taste and so on, they may come.
Check this out. 26-year-old sheds 95 pounds to run the Chicago Marathon. Phil Barnett, 26, running the Chicago Half Marathon, his first. But he feels he has already won the most important race of his life. He had sleeve gastrectomy surgery at Loyola 6 months ago and has lost 95 pounds. This business development manager lost 1/3 of his original body weight, which was 295 pounds, at its heaviest at 5 feet 8 inches tall. Way too big.
Philip's commitment to making positive lifestyle changes before and after bariatric surgery has made him successful in achieving and maintaining a healthy weight and decreasing the future risk of developing comorbid conditions, diabetes, hypertension, stroke, and so on.
So that comorbid means that when you're this size, there are other things that break in and mitigate your deteriorating health. Getting rid of the extra weight is definitely productive. Education protects women from the obesity associated with urban living. Research into the rise in obesity associated with burgeoning industrial and service sectors in low and middle income countries, such as the BRIC countries, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, found that education is a key factor in reducing the negative impact on women's health. They need to educate the women.
The study was conducted by researchers at the University College London, UCL. It was published in the journal BMC Public Health, September 2013. The study looked at a sample of 3,000 women aged 60 plus years who participated in the Chinese 4 provinces in China. It was conducted by Dr. Chen from China while based at the University College of London in UK. This study found that women with no formal education who were working in sedentary occupations were twice as likely to be centrally obese, defined by measuring the waist circumference, compared to women with no education working in agriculture.
Oh my goodness. China, like a number of other emerging economies, is undergoing a rapid economic transition, with many people moving from agricultural to manual and service-based jobs in the cities. The study suggests that investing in women's education may offer a better solution by empowering individuals to look after their health. And listen, men are so far outreaching women in China. They need, to take care of their women. That's for sure.
And these BRIC countries that becoming rich, the middle class is getting rich. And what's happening? The middle is getting bigger.
Rich.
The middle class getting richer.
Let's talk about that. You got a song for it.
Yes, I have a song
we're
for
talk about these middle rich people, right?
Middle class rich in the middle.
That's right. All right, let's have it.
Eat more.
Eat more?
Yes, eat more.
I thought we're all about managing epidemic obesity.
More of veggies, fruits, whole grains. Go nuts on nuts.
Okay, I'm for going nuts on nuts. Come on.
Eat more. Yes, eat more. More of veggies, whole grains, fruits. Go nuts on nuts.
I'm all for going nuts on nuts, Doc.
Exercise more.
Oh, exercise more.
Walk, jog, run, bike. Treadmill, elliptical, till soaked in sweat.
I'm about soaked in sweat.
Exercise more. Walk, jog, run, bike. Treadmill, elliptical, till soaked in sweat. Eat less.
Eat less?
Yes.
Okay,
eat less.
Huh.
Yes, eat less.
Oh, less of
fried food, starch, sugar. Say no to soda pops. Eat less. Yes, eat less. Less of fried food, starch, sugar. Say no to soda pops.
I'm all for that, Doc. Come on.
Exercise more. 5 times a week. Half hour or more. Till soaked in sweat. Exercise more. 5 times a week. Half hour or more. Till soaked in sweat.
Hey, thanks, Doc, for that encouragement. We also want to thank Science Daily for all the info that we've received from them. And we thank the City of Urbana's UPTV station manager, the one and only Jason Liggett, production intern Caleb Serpenis, and the UPTV station manager, Jake Schumacher. Thanks, and we'll be back in a moment.
It's easy, Grandpa. Brush your teeth twice a day. Floss your teeth once a day. That's a way to fight decay, hey, hey. Brush and floss every day, hey, hey. Healthy smiles are the way, hey, hey, hey.
You can keep your smile for a lifetime, even a boomer-saurus like me.
Boomers, you gotta love them.
Compassion Now Network for All, in short, CNN for All, Urbana, Illinois, USA.
And Bethel House of Refuge, Muhammad, Illinois, USA presents this week's breaking news in wellness and in health for all people and all professionals. Hi, I'm the Pete of Dr. Z and Pete. This is my distinguished co-host, Dr. Alex Rama Zechariah. Doc is also a medical professor and the CEO of CNN for All. We're going to jump right in. Smoking prevention in schools. Does it work? Smoking prevention in school reduces the number of young people who will later become smokers, according to a new systematic review published in the Cochrane Library. For young people who have never smoked, these programs appear to be effective at least 1 year after implementation. Smoking causes 5 million, that's 5 million, preventable deaths every year, a number predicted to rise to 8 million by 2030. My goodness.
The researchers at the Department of Primary Care Health Sciences at the University of Oxford in Oxford, UK, analyzed data from 134 studies in 25 different countries, over half of them from USA, which involved a total of 500,000 people aged 13 to 50, and is reported smoking behavior in those who had never previously smoked.
The programs used a social competence approach or a combined social competence and resistance training approach, and they had a significant effect on preventing smoking in young people who had never smoked at the time of this intervention. My goodness, boy, they're finding out how to break it down and keep these kids from lighting up.
Lighting up.
Lighting up.
And smoking up.
That's exactly right. Check this out. Foul-smelling gas, hydrogen sulfide, H2S, shows health benefits in reducing joint swelling. That's like rotten egg smell, isn't it? The gas, hydrogen sulfide, is associated with the smell, here we go, the smell of rotten eggs, and has proven to effectively reduce joint swelling. Well, I got joint problems, and I'm not sure I can sniff a bunch of rotten eggs. In the research, which could lead to advances in the treatment of arthritis, I hope they can dress up that smell, Doc.
Professor Matt Whiteman, the University of Exeter Medical School in UK, published online in the Journal of Cellular and Molecular Medicine 2013. The team had previously shown that this H2S, hydrogen sulfide levels, were increased by up to 4 times in the knee joints of patients with joint diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis. But intriguingly, the higher hydrogen sulfide levels strongly correlated with lower number of inflammatory cells in the joint. The latest study provides further evidence that the real role of hydrogen sulfide may be to combat inflammation, swelling, and joint destruction. Since the compound worked after arthritis was established, it may be useful in treating arthritis in the future. They are looking into it.
Yeah, well, that means don't go out and buy rotten eggs and rub them on your knees. It's not going to work like that. So, hey, there's a question we've got here. Will green tea help you lose weight? Evidence has shown that green tea extract may be an effective herbal remedy useful for weight control and helping to regulate glucose in type 2 diabetes.
Adult
green tea. You're always talking green tea, aren't you? Yep.
In order to ascertain whether green tea truly has this potential, Dr. Park and his colleagues from Kwangwon University School of Medicine in Republic of Korea conducted a study. It's published in the Springer Journal Archives of Pharmacology 2013. The active constituents of green tea, which has been shown to inhibit intestinal glucose and lipid uptake, are a certain type of flavonoid called galatid catechins.
Now, is that fat and sugar, glucose and
Yeah,
lipids.
yeah.
Results showed that green tea extract in isolation did not give any improvements in body weight and glucose intolerance. However, when green tea extract was given with polyethylene glycol, you know what that is?
Yeah, that's a synthetic product.
There was a significant reduction in body weight gain. Insulin resistance and glucose intolerance in both normal mice and high-fat diet and diabetic mice. The green tea extract and polyethylene glycol complex, say that 4 times, may be a preventative and therapeutic tool for obesity and obesity-related type 2 diabetes.
That's worth looking
The
into.
fatter we get
Yep.
as a nation, the more medically we are going to be inflicted with these type of diseases. Check this out. Rear seat design, a priority for children's safety in cars. A research report from the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia provides specific recommendations for optimizing the rear seat of passenger vehicles to be better able to protect its most common occupants, children and adolescents. That includes babies. They're mostly in the back seat, right?
Motor vehicle crashes remain the leading cause of death for children older than 4 years and resulted in 952 fatalities in 2010 for children age 15 and younger. Review of the current science and data regarding rear seat occupants safety found clear evidence that use of a child restraint system, CRS, is protective for younger children. However, older children, like adolescents who have outgrown child safety seats, are at greater risk of injury. We need to
Right.
think about them.
Yeah. The study proposes adjustments to the geometry of the rear seat, including shorter seat cushions, that's for shorter legs, lower seat belt anchorages, and contoured seats. These things could increase comfort, keep the shoulder belt in position. That's one of the problems.
Yes.
It doesn't stay in position. And in side impact crashes, reduce lateral movement. You know, so that, and the kids in the back, you know, if you're in a wreck, you're not paying attention to them, and that's really dangerous back there these days. We welcome all those improvements. Hey, health effects of using portable electronic devices, studied by the Department of Rehabilitation Sciences of Hong Kong Polytechnic University, oh my, and the Hong Kong Physiotherapy Association have jointly conducted a study on the health effects of using smartphones. Boy, smartphone users are going to be happy about this, and portable electronic devices among Hong Kong's population.
The results showed, I was in Hong Kong, both my wife and I are visiting professors, showed that out of 1,000 people, over 1,000 people surveyed, 70% of the adults and 30% of children, adolescents, have reported musculoskeletal symptoms in different parts of the body in relation to the use of electronic devices.
Go figure, huh?
The sales of smartphones in Hong Kong are among the highest in the world, and I can tell you every one of them. And the habits of using electronic devices are changing rapidly. Smartphones have become an indispensable communication tool in our everyday life, and many people keep their phones turned on around the clock.
You bet. Students overly obsessed with electronic games may suffer adverse health effects in the long run. If they become accustomed to poor posture, such as forward head or poking chin posture, a kyphotic back,
Yeah.
and rounded shoulders, these may become fixed postural habits that would be difficult to correct when they turn adult.
Because they are sitting in that for hours.
I know it.
Yes, parents therefore need to pay more attention to their children's postural sitting habits and encourage them to do regular exercises so as to ensure a healthy development of their bones and joints. Mind you, they are growing at that time.
Yes.
As well as maintain a good cardiovascular fitness during their previous growth periods.
Hey, Doc, you got a visiting professor coming, don't you?
Yeah, I'll just go and get him.
All right, get him. We'll wait for you.
Eat more! Yes, eat more!
Who are you?
Oh, I am Dr. Ross Yoha. I'm a visiting scholar, and I am interested in that.
Well, welcome to Breaking News, Doc. You got something for us today?
Yeah, eat more.
Eat more?
Yes, eat more.
We're talking about eating less.
More of veggies, whole grains, fruit, go nuts on nuts.
Oh, hey, I'm for going nuts on nuts.
Eat more. You are stealing my song? No. Okay, go ahead.
We'll all sing. Eat more.
Eat more. Yes, eat more.
more.
More of veggies, whole grains, go nuts on
On
nuts.
nuts. Yep, I'm for that. Is that all?
No, exercise more. Walk, jog, run, diet. Treadmill, elliptical, till soaked in sweat. Exercise more. Again, you're stealing my song. Sorry. Exercise more. Walk, jog, run, diet. Treadmill, elliptical, till soaked in sweat.
Yes.
Exercise more. Walk, jog, run, diet. Treadmill, elliptical, till soaked in sweat.
Yeah, we got to get soaked in sweat, Doc.
Eat less.
Eat less? I thought we were going to eat more.
No, eat less. Yes, eat less. Less of fried foods.
Starch.
Start sugar. Say no to soda pop.
Pops. I'm for that.
Eat less. Yes, eat less.
Oh, yes, eat
Again,
less.
you're stealing my song. Sorry. Eat less. Yes, eat less. Less of fried food. Start sugar. Come on. Come on. Say no,
No
to
to soda pop. I'm all for that.
Exercise more.
Exercise more.
5 times a
5
week.
times a week.
Half hour or more. Till soaked in sweat.
Oh, yes. Exercise more.
More. 5 times a week. Half hour or more. Till soaked in sweat.
Hey, Doc, thanks for being with us. We'll see you down the road. Listen, we'd like to thank the city of Urbana, also Science Daily, for all their info, and the city of Urbana staff at the UPTV Production Center, our coordinator, Jason Liggett, our production intern, Caleb Serpenis, and, of course, the UPTV station manager, Jake Schumacher. Thank you so much for being with us, and we'll see you next
And
time.
not thanking me?
Oh, sorry, Doc. Thanks for coming with us. We expect to see you
You're most welcome.
down the week.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Thank you for watching.